We would like to make a short statement on the situation in Sudan. As you are aware, over the weekend, some deadly clashes started between the Sudanese armed forces and the rapid support forces in Sudan and have reached a dangerous level as of today. This could escalate into a full-blown conflict, thereby undermining the stability in Sudan and the progress being made towards a peaceful transition to democracy. The A3, namely Gabon, Mozambique, and Ghana, wish to take this opportunity to express our deep concern about these developments and to strongly condemn the ongoing armed confrontation between the two sides throughout Sudan. We regret the loss of lives among civilians, including international humanitarian workers, and the destruction of property, and wish the injured a speedy recovery. To this end, we wish to reiterate the African Union's call for an immediate ceasefire by the two parties without conditions, in the supreme interest of Sudan and its people, in order to avoid further bloodshed and harm to innocent civilians, to protect civilians, especially women and children, and to provide humanitarian support to civilians caught up in the conflict. We strongly appeal to the Sudanese armed forces and the rapid support forces to swiftly embrace, in the spirit of the Ramadan season, a peaceful solution and inclusive dialogue to resolve their differences as a means to promote stability and respect the wishes of the people of Sudan for restoration of democracy, constitutionalism, rule of law, and freedom. We also appeal to the authorities of Sudan to open up their airspaces to enable the IGAD three-member high-level delegation that has been sent to mediate the process to be able to go there and do so in person. While calling on the Sudan Armed Forces and the RSP to halt all activities, we also strongly reject any external interference that could complicate the ongoing situation in Sudan. On that score, we reiterate our commitment to the respect for the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and independence of the Republic of Sudan. In line with the AU communique issued on 16th of April 2023, we urge the countries of the region and other stakeholders to support ongoing efforts to return the country to the transition process towards a constitutional order. I thank you very much.
Ambassador, could I ask a question? When you talk about an external interference, who are you referring to in particular? And would you support punitive measures against the generals, given the fact that we are in a years-long transitional process already? Surely now is the time to impose punitive measures against them, not so?
The focus and interests of all of us are to ensure that there's a de-escalation. And that is what all of us are urging and supporting the efforts towards, to ensure that the situation is de-escalated. Other matters that are necessary for the Sudanese people themselves to take would be undertaken by them. When we refer to external parties, we refer to all parties external to Sudan. Thank you.
Is the Council helping?
The African Union is engaged. The African Union Peace and Security Council met on Sunday, 16th of April, to discuss this matter and issued a communique. But also, IGAD has also met on the 16th of April, and at the level of the summit also indicated through a communique that they are going to be seized of this matter. And so both processes are ongoing. In Africa, we have a principle of subsidiarity, so IGAD also has a leading role in this regard.
To all the three ambassadors, how do you think the Security Council so far is addressing the issue? I mean, do you think it's working on the right way?
The Security Council on Saturday was able to adopt a press release which called for cessation of hostilities. And so the Security Council is very much seized. And all these efforts, including that of states bilaterally to call on the authorities or the principals in Sudan to de-escalate the situation, is something that is encouraging, and we should work in that manner to ensure.
You talked about the IGAD delegation, because I know the airspace is closed, but there's talk of an IGAD delegation, there's talk of the Peace and Security Council sending a field mission, there's talk of the chairperson Moussa Faki going as well. So there seem to be three different initiatives. Which one of those is taking, if you get permission to get the airspace open, which one of those happens first?
All of those processes are important, and they are coordinated within the African context in the way and manner in which it will be played out. So we are very much comfortable with the different initiatives that are ongoing at the moment. Thank you, but we have another meeting.
They want to help. Mr. Ambassador, please.
I'm a kingo, yes, I'm a kingo. I'm a kingo,